Hey guys, welcome back to Chaos Core Tech. My name's Garrett, and today we're going to be creating Bendy from the video game Bendy and the Ink Machine. So over the past few months I've been getting quite a few requests to do Bendy, and the wonderful folks over there at Polisher asked if we could create a model to send to them that they could use as shows and stuff like that to help demonstrate what the Polisher can do, so I figured Bendy would be the perfect subject for that type of model. So for this type of model I think ZBrush is going to work great, so without further ado, let's jump into ZBrush. Okay, so I am done with the model. We are going to get it printing in just a second. I think we're going to print it on the Robo R2 because we're kind of testing some things out on that printer. But I did want to talk briefly about some of the techniques I used when modeling it. So I mostly use primitive shapes and dynameshed to get most of the body there. Like I used a sphere for the main body, just kind of pulled it out. I used cylinders for the legs and the arms, and then just started kind of pushing and pulling to shape those dynameshing as I go to make sure that the polygons were evenly spread out. Then when it came to the hands, I created those using ZSpheres just because that was a really easy way to get the bends in the fingers and just get them all positioned before I turned them into an actual mesh and sculpted on them. The face was mostly created by using a sphere and then a bunch of different primitive objects thrown at it using the new Boolean features in ZBrush 4R8. So that's how I got like the notch out of the top of the head, the little triangle shaped notch in the eyes, and all of the slots for the teeth. Those were pretty much just all Booleaned out. Those Boolean features are amazingly helpful. So once I had the model completed, all I did was Boolean the whole thing together so it was one solid mesh. I used the decimation master just to make sure that the polygon count wasn't too high. Then I exported out of ZBrush, sliced it up in Simplify 3D, so let's get it printing. have Bendy. He was 3D printed on the Robo R2 and then polished in the polisher, and then Chelsey painted him up to make him look all nice. And then at his side we have a Kirby and a Babam. These guys were given similar treatment, and all three of these will actually be going to the polisher team, and they will be putting these on display at their shows at conventions. So if you are at a convention and you see Polymaker there showing off some of their polisher models, you might see these guys. And something that's kind of cool about Babam and Kirby is that they're not fully painted. This one right here, the black, is actually just the filament. It was not painted, so it wasn't primed or anything like that. It was just printed and then polished. So Chelsey painted on the feet, the eyes, and the little top here, and of course the stuff on the back there. But the black is completely unpainted, just straight out of the polisher. And then for Kirby, the feet were actually printed. This was red Polysmooth. Then Chelsey just masked that off, I believe using liquid latex. Primed the rest of it, painted it the necessary colors, and then was able to peel off the liquid latex and leave that completely unpainted. So just like Babam, the red feet are completely unpainted filament. So I thought that was pretty cool, and goes to show you how good things can look coming off the polisher. Alright guys, well here you have the finished Bendy. Now of course when I modeled it I went for the cartoon illustrated version of Bendy and not the monster form. I thought this one would come out just a little bit better and look a little bit cleaner from the polisher. And besides, I just kind of like how unsettling he is, because at first glance he just kind of looks like one of those old-timey cartoon characters. But at second glance, he just seems a little bit unsettling, and I really think it's his hands. They're just posed in a very creepy way, and I kind of like it. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it a little bit useful. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and get subscribed down below. Put out new videos every week. You can see other cool things like this that we've created. And then if you are interested in the polisher, I will also put a link up in the eye in the corner to my review video for the polisher, showing off some of the prints and kind of what's capable in the polisher. It's a pretty interesting machine, and we've been using it quite a bit, so it's worth checking out. Alright guys, well that's it for me. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, keep creating.